one of my favorite things that we offer.
It's great.
About maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I got my first pair of our Bell Howell binoculars. And I got to tell you, the images that I get, the video recordings, the stills, it's unbelievable because when I was a kid, my dad had a fancy, big old, I think he might have gotten them from the Army.
Sure.
They were big old industrial, heavy.
Yeah, right.
They weighed like 5 pounds.
That's the way most of them are,
But they were the coolest things because we had a lot of cardinals and robins and things that he would sit there and he loved watching it. He's gone, but I thought to myself, he would love something like this.
Sure.
Because now, all those images, and it could be vacation footage, it could be a boat miles and miles away, it could be a bird up on a tree, it could be your kids in a parade. Anything that you want to not only look at with your cool binoculars, you can now record because there's a built-in video recorder in the actual binoculars.
It makes sense because a lot of times when you're looking at something in binoculars, you're like, that's so cool, I want to show everybody.
Nobody will believe me.
But then nobody believes you, exactly. Yeah. Now you've got that built in here. This is really an amazing product because for so many of us, it's about capturing those memories. And it's an easy set of binoculars to use. And the great thing about having this is because Bell & Howell has been making optics for such a long time. They've added that camera right to the front of your binoculars. So you look at them, whether you're at a park, at a vacation, anything you want to see, you can look through the binoculars. And then when you want to be able to capture that memory, that camera that's on the inside, all you do is just open up the screen right here. You push the on button, screen's going to come on. And now you're going to record to a memory card that's right there on the bottom. Now you have 2 buttons that are on here on the back side. You can see that image. Now, right now you're zooming in to about 8 times the zoom, trying to get a right angle so everybody can see. If you want to take a picture, you just hold down the button and it takes a picture. You hold the other button down and it switches between video. Now you hold that down again, now you're taking video. Not just any video, you're taking high definition photos and videos. As simple as that with the one touch of a button. Then when you're done with it, go ahead and turn it off, you close that LCD screen, and now you can use it as a regular pair of binoculars again. And it's really about capturing those memories, showing exactly what you're seeing, because a lot of times you can just go in your backyard and see something flying around. Maybe you have a bird feeder, a squirrel feeder out back, and you love to look out that kitchen window. Now you're able to get really close to the action. When you see the footage you're getting today, it really is high definition video. And I'm going to back it up for a second and just show you. I took my kids down to the zoo. And this was the bird habitat. And those birds I just showed you, they're actually sitting right there in the tree. If you ever take a picture with a cell phone, this is pretty common what you'll see. See a lot of everything else, and there's the action that you want to record. So what do you end up doing with that photo? You pinch and zoom. And the more you pinch and zoom like that, the worse the photo look. It gets so blurry. Oh, now with my Bell & Howell binoculars, keep in mind, they're the birds. I go from that to that. Same birds, they're right there. I didn't move, I didn't get a ladder. Wow. They're still sitting in there, and look how clear it is. It's that high definition camera that is built into it. It's bringing you closer to the action. And again, as I showed you, you just tap another button. I can go from photos to now recording high definition video, all with that one touch of a button, switching it back from one to the next. And now you're able to capture those memories that really matter to you. So whether it's a trip to the zoo, or I love what you said, Guy, it's your kids. It's your kids at a recital, and you're in the cheap seats in the
Holidays,
back. You can get so much closer. So many reasons.
Christmas time, whatever holiday you celebrate, now you can get in close on the action. It could be parades. You could take this to sporting events. Imagine watching your kids at their soccer ball or t-ball or football games. I mean, and getting in close on the action, and then being able to record it and then bring it home, and then pop, it's SD card, right?
SD card's already included, comes with it.
SD card's already in there, so you already have film in the camera. All you gotta do is you can take it home, you pop the SD card in your computer, now you can watch it. You can put it up on your big screen TV, and you can watch all these memories. Listen, a set of binoculars is cool, right? Like I said, when I was a kid, the first time I looked through them, my dad had his Army ones, I was like, oh my gosh, you want to take them everywhere you go. You want to take them out in the woods, you want to check out all this stuff because you can get in so close. And nature doesn't know that you have binoculars, so nature's far away, but it allows you to get in close without spooking off a deer or a pheasant or whatever it is you're looking at. We used to have all these animals in the back of our house when we grew up. We'd have deer in our yard, all that stuff. Now you can take those memories and you can hold on to them forever. Listen, we've offered these binoculars before. This one in the 2.7K, this is the lowest price we've ever done on this.
Yes, it is, oh yeah.
Because these were $199, I think $199 or $188, $199, $99. $85 off, all right? It's free shipping. If you get a brand new HSN credit card, it's $74. You will take these everywhere you go. I wish I had them when I was living in Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Because to have these in Sedona, to have those in the Grand Canyon.
I'm with you. We took we took ours too. We just came back from California.
Cathedral Rock, all these, I mean, the things I could have watched.
Well, we were in Yosemite. And you're talking about El Capitan, you had the half dome.
I called it Yosemite when I was a kid. I thought it was Yosemite. I swear to God. Go ahead, Joe.
Whatever you want to call it, I mean, it's beautiful. It's amazing. These waterfalls that are just pristine, it's some of the most beautiful country that's out there. But the problem is everything is so vast, it's so far, so big, and you can't see it. And what we did is we ended up taking our Bell Howell binoculars on that trip. And the last time I took binoculars on a trip with us is when we took our kids to Alaska. And kind of like Guy was talking about, the binoculars we bought for Alaska weighed almost 10 pounds. It was great to have them. Nobody carried them after the first day because they weighed so much. These are just around a pound, and you see how small it is. It's not something big. It's something you can throw in the backpack, throw into your purse. The kids can easily carry it. Even comes with a neck strap too. And the great thing about having it is that when that moment happens, we were actually watching climbers scale up El Capitan. It was unbelievable. No one else could see it, but we could because we have our binoculars. Now, my kids and I, we all have different head sizes. So when you're setting up your binoculars, notice you can pull the lenses in and out because sometimes our eye length is a little bit different than everybody else. So no problem. You got the adjustments. Once you line it in with your eyes, you've got it. Now you have a main focus point that's right here. So just focus that in play, and now you see it. Now sometimes one eye is different than the other eye as far as one might be 20/20, the other one might be 20/15. So then you have this adjustment. You can twist the eye a piece, and then it'll focus for you. That's how easy this is. You know, the Bell Howell is making this, so everybody who picks up this pair of binoculars, you can make those minor adjustments, and now you can see perfectly clear into it. Now, if you're using the binoculars just to see anything, you don't need to have a battery. But the battery's built in when you want to take that camera. We give you the charging cable that's on here. It's going to give you hours and hours of battery use, but you don't have to have the batteries when you're using the regular binoculars. Now, as soon as something happens, like for us, when we were watching those, the climbers on El Capitan, all you do is you pull the screen up, that one button right there now turns it on. You see the screen came on. It makes it that simple, that easy. And then on the bottom down here, this is the buttons that you switch from. The one button over here activates the photo. You heard it click right there. Yep. The other one switches over to video mode. So then once you get in video mode, you start taking the videos right there, and now you're recording. And it's that camera that's right on the front that now comes on, that records now in high definition, that really makes it look incredible. Now I want to show you a couple more photos because if you see binoculars, like, okay, I kind of understand what binoculars are like, but once you actually see what can happen, as we were standing on a bridge, you know, here we are looking down, down the river, and it just looks like any other cell phone picture, but what you can't see right there in the middle, you can see there's like a little speck. It's actually a boat. This is how close your Bell Howell binoculars will get.
Yeah, look at that.
You go from there to all the way to there. Now, I didn't rent a boat. I didn't, swim out there. I'm just standing on the bridge using my binoculars, and it's not one boat. It's two, it's three boats that are far off in the background. So you're able to get really close to the action. And here we are, looking at the bell tower, and I wanted to get a really close shot of the clock. Now, with my cell phone, I would pinch and zoom. If you've ever done that with your cell phone,
it'd be shaky as all heck. Yep.
Oh, it's shaky, and then it gets really grainy. Now with my Bell Howell binoculars, look at that. I can see every detail that is on that clock right there. And I didn't even notice there was somebody standing on the top of the bell tower. So imagine there's that little girl standing on the top of that bell tower. She's probably at least 100, 200 feet away from me. Imagine that's your kids on a football field or a soccer field, or they're in a parade, or they're on a recital on stage and you're so far away. You're able to just with your binoculars zoom in and be able to see what the action is. And then the last thing is, I'll show you, there were some birds that were sitting right here. A lot of times when you go to a habitat, Guy, you can't see what's going on. Like you get these pictures, you get so much other stuff. You're like, where's the bird? The bird's right in the middle. With one touch of the button, I'm now zooming in. I'm able to see that bird. I'm able to follow that bird. And like you mentioned, this is high definition, some of the best quality we've had. So it's memories you'll want to keep forever.
And it weighs less than a pound.
I know, it's incredible.
This thing weighs about 10 ounces. This is it in my hand. All right, so it's a little bit bigger than your cell phone, right? Because we have big cell phones now, but it's hard to believe this is a camera and binoculars all in one. It's all built inside there. You have your LCD view screen, so you can use the binoculars to record, or you can just hold the binoculars and use them like this because you've got the LCD screen, so you can actually see the action without having your eyes up to the camera as well. Adjust to whatever size face you have. All right, you can use it just standard as binoculars, or you can activate the electronic part of it, and you pop out that SD card, and now you can watch all these wonderful memories. I mean, listen, I've learned, and many of you have probably learned as well, your kids grow up fast, right? I mean, my son's living with his girlfriend. He's going to be 23 years old in July. I remember when he was 4, 5, 6, I think I posted a picture of him when he was like 3 on my lap, and I'm like, it goes by that fast. This is how you get those memories. And these are memories you can do when you're on vacation, when you go to special places, like Joe was talking about traveling, going to New York City for my son's never been in New York City.
Oh, man.
I'd love to take
city.
him. I know, he's like, I always want to go. I said, we'll go. So those are the things I want to do with him. But make sure you have a way to record that so that he can show it to his kids when I'm long gone, right? And a cell phone, don't get me wrong. If I'm in a bar and I'm hanging out with Joe having a beer and he does something stupid, I can take a picture of Joe on my phone. But if I'm with my family and I want to take real movies, I want to do it in 2.7K.
You're right.
I want to do it in better resolution.
Better resolution, easier to do too.
And
your cell phone.
easier, yeah.
Your cell phone's made for so many other things, and you talked about how big cell phones are. When you see the size comparison, my cell phone is just about as big as the binoculars.
Yep.
So it doesn't take much to now have a better set of binoculars. It's bringing you closer to the action. Keep in mind, it's adjustable for every eye length, every focus point. It really makes it easy with Bell Howell.
All right, if you want to get it, lowest price ever by $85. That doesn't include $10.72 shipping. That's $97 or $96 that you're saving if you buy it today, and you are going to love it. It's easy to use, it's fun to use, and people, when they see me with it, they're like, dude, is that a recorder?
Right,
and I'm like, yeah, it's super duper cool. Joe, thank you.
My pleasure.
friend.
Thanks for having
Good
us.
to see you. Hey, by the way, if you didn't get